All right, what we have here is an Arbor press. We are going to be using it for eyelets and kind of rolled eyelets. And what we have to do is you want one to go in here and you want another one to go up in this side. The only issue I've got, there's several. You can watch a ton of the videos on YouTube here, and there's issues with this guy, the handle not being in the right place. I'd kind of like to set it up to where if I want to use it for something other than this, I can. I'd like it to retract, some kind of a spring on it, where once you let go, it automatically goes back up. And I kind of want to put a piece of this HDPE plastic on it to make a little bit different workstation. That way we're not scratching up some of the stuff we're doing. This metal here it's pretty sharp. And I want to paint it. I think I'm gonna paint it this glossy ivy leaf. Trim it out in black. I think it'll look pretty sharp. And we're just gonna leave it kind of sitting here in the corner. And when we need it, it'll kind of be handy. There's not a whole lot of accessories that go with it, so it ought to fit right here pretty good. So when I get started, I'm gonna save you a lot of the hassle, like on the painting. I'll show you a little bit, but I'm gonna break it down. You got to watch it. There is a little piece in here that you got. Once you take this out, it's a little sleeve that goes in. Um, you'll kind of just see that as we go. I'll show you how I put it back together, but this thing's pretty simple. This thing basically comes off. It's got an Allen screw on it. Gear comes out. This guy comes up. That thing breaks down, and then take the bolts and stuff off, and you pretty much good to go. Yeah, there's a shim in here. So that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna get sanding and painting and cleaning, and I'll bring you back here in a little bit. Alright, this is a little toy CNC. She runs at 12,000 RPM. I don't really cut metal with it. I've got a big grizzly mill, but I don't quite have it set up at the moment. Still trying to find my bits when we moved it up here. And this little guy does fine. You just gotta cut real slow. We're only going 0.2 deep. 0.2 deep, and I'm making 0.01 cuts. So it can handle that no problem. Running real slow speed rate, 1.2. I mean, so she's going slow, but I ain't no hurry. I just plug it in and come over here every now and then, clean it out, drop some oil on it, and doing just fine. I think we're going to do a drill and tap a hole right here. I'm going to drill into this thing and make it where I can sleeve in tools there. I'm not sure exactly what size I want yet. Kind of like to use this thing for different projects. I'm trying to make it not just, for the kydex osters, but I might end up just doing that and then getting another one and setting it up for something different. I've got a hydraulic press, but it's just too cumbersome and pain in the butt. These little Arbor presses, man, they're pretty sweet. I think the next one I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna get one off of eBay. They got some pretty cool old ones, and I'd like to get one and redo it. Find me an old rusty one, and I like rebuilding that stuff, so it'd be kind of fun. And of course, I'm gonna take our Arbor press that we got now. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it down and get it painted. I don't like the paint color, and it don't really go with the shop colors. And, why not? Got it apart. All right, we got our place shaved out here. I didn't want to cut any of the teeth off, and it worked out just fine. Now the next thing is I'm going to be using these dies, and I want to drill my hole in here, and I want to drill my hole in the other end. And what you got to try to do is line those two dudes up. So what I did was I found center here. I took a little nail and I drilled a hole. Like I said, dead center. Don't matter even if you're off just a little bit. Slide that nail up in there. You watch your fingers when you do this. Slide your nail in there. Take your hammer and hit that end and you're good to go. And then that'll mark the bottom side. Alright, this stuff cuts pretty easy. It's some real high quality Chinese steel from Harbor Freight. That's what the Arbor press is made out of. And I got worried that this would be real good Chinese tool steel. So I went and bought some Chinese bits. That way I could drill it real good. Works like a champ. All right, this is the 3/8. Got a little oil in there. All right, this is kind of where we're at with the paint. I got like 4 coats on that one. You can see a difference in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple more coats on him, but that's where we're at so far. Just taped up vitals and just gonna keep on painting. All right, I did this guy here. It's HDPE plastic. Kind of did a little contour to make it fit up here. My pen's not dry yet, so I'm gonna made a pin, stuck it in for that, kind of glued it in. Got everything pretty much painted, ready to go. I'm gonna keep this guy. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna get rid of it, but I'm probably not really gonna be using that. This thing's gonna be pretty specific, and I don't want to be scratching what I'm trying to do. I've got a little steel plate if I need to stick it over top of this if I'm trying to press something harder, or if I need to, I can get that guy back out. But I don't really think I'm gonna be using that. I was gonna kind of leave it in and put this guy on top of it, but then it just gets up too tall, and for what I'm doing, I don't really need it. But I think that's pretty much it. I just gotta let this guy dry and then put everything back together, and we're done. All right, kind of here's the finished product. Got it done. I can change the dies when I want to, and I mean, it's pretty much ready to go. Made it a whole lot easier. I'm not going to scratch my surface with this. Got it mounted to a big piece of plate aluminum just to kind of give it a little bit bigger footprint. And I mean, that's pretty much it. You can do a lot more with them, but I mean, no more than what this little guy is. He's ready to go. I'm happy with it. I think it'll be a nice little tool for the shop. And then we can get to making a few holsters and some kydex stuff. And when we do our eyelets, it'll give us a way to fasten them without using a hammer. So kind of looking forward to that part.